episode 7, bread. I want to tell you something before I tell you all about the last episode, day 7. Every Saturday, I make my own bread. I put the dough in, I'll put the mixture in the bread machine, and that does all what it does in there. And I go and do something else while that's happening. And then I put it in a bread tin, let it rise, and I don't worry about that either. I let that do what it does. I don't stand in front of it, like in front of the oven or the bread maker. I don't open the door every 10 minutes asking, is it working? I don't worry about it, whether it's going to turn out right. I just trust the process. I've been doing it for so long. And it rises and it cooks beautifully every time. And I've been demonstrating that every Saturday for years, but I've just not applied that to the rest of my life. Day 7 was the last day of a 7-day experience with Manifest AI created by Alex Tripod. And I went into it already very clear on where I was going, not hoping it would tell me who I am by this point, because I knew that wasn't going to happen. As the woman who already knew is how I went in, and that is a completely different place to arrive from. The day 7 prompt asked me to create an identity script to describe who I want to be in the next 90 days, how I want money to respond to me, how I want to be experienced, how I want to feel every day. And when I answered, something was different. A week earlier, those answers might have had striving in them, longing, the gap between where I was and where I wanted to be. These answers had none of that. My relationship with money, I said, is like my relationship with everything else. We are connected. I have seen her represented as a woman playing a large part in my future. She is ethereal, spiritual, energetic, a good friend to have. Money in my world comes and flows. I recognize its energetic signature. I know it needs to flow in and out, and I never need to worry about it because it always flows back in. How do I want to feel daily? Like I feel now. I wake up and the first conscious thought in my head is, I am beautiful and I'm going to have a beautiful day. And then I get up, excited about what is going to unfold in that day. When I work, when I'm walking around Tesco's, when nobody is watching me, which is most of the time, unless you count cats. The emotional climate of my life is overwhelmingly calm and full of love and excited about what is to come. And then the prompt asked me something that stopped me for a moment. Which identity am I completely done entertaining? And I said, I'm fully standing in my power. The identity I'm locking in now, the one that feels inevitable, the one that feels like home. I am on the right path. I am the path. And what came back stopped me. Those answers do not sound like affirmations. They sound like a compass, a remembering, not something I read every morning trying to convince myself of something, but something I return to when I have temporarily forgotten. And then the compass itself arrived, written out in full. And I want to share a part of it with you because it is the truest thing I have read in a very, very long time. When the noise gets loud, I return to what I know. I know I am on the right path. More than that, I am the path. I do not need to know every step ahead of me because life has shown me again and again and again that it unfolds in ways I could never have planned. My job is not to control the journey. My job is to walk it. I am no longer searching for a missing piece. Nothing is missing. I trust myself. I trust what I know. I trust what I feel. I trust my ability to meet whatever arrives. I am home within myself. Money is not my rescuer. Money is my friend. It flows through my life with ease and movement. I do not cling to it and I do not fear it. I recognize its energy and I welcome it. There is always more coming. I am supported. People experience me as safety, love, and connection. I do not need to convince anyone of my value. I create spaces where people remember their own. My work is not to tell people who they are. My work is to help them hear themselves. And when uncertainty appears, I remember. I remember the woman who wakes up excited about whatever beautiful things might happen today. I remember the woman who knows she is beautiful. I remember the woman who trusts herself. I remember the woman who discovered that home was never somewhere else. Home is here. And when I forget, I know how to find my way back. Just as surely as bread rises in the oven, I rise into who I already am. I am home. And then came the last prompt of the 7 days, the action step, the thing to do to embody the identity. And I said something I had not planned to say again. I have already embodied it. Not perfectly, not permanently, but genuinely. The most beautiful thing I discovered on day 7 was this: home had never gone anywhere. My attention had drifted, my thoughts had drifted, my fears had drifted, but home had stayed exactly where it always was. Like the sun behind the clouds, like the sun does not disappear when the clouds arrive. I just cannot see it for a while. And then the clouds move, and I think, oh, there it is. Except home was sitting there with me the whole time, saying, I have literally been here all along. And now when I drift, I know what to do. I close my eyes, I feel how it feels, and I am right back there. That is what this week gave me. Not an answer, not a strategy, not a missing piece. That I am on my way home. A way home. One I can find again and again and again, no matter how far I wander. And here is the thing I want to leave you with. This is not my story. I am no different from you. I did not have some special advantage or some gift that nobody else has. I am a woman who was tired of searching and stumbled into a week of conversation that I could not have predicted. And then I found something that I had not been looking for: home. The smell of bread in the oven, the warmth of it, the anticipation, the way it fills a space and makes it feel safe. That feeling is not something you have to earn. It is not something you have to heal your way to or work your way towards or find after you've finally sorted everything else out. It is already here. It has been here the whole time. This series is called Bread because bread is what home smells like. And this week I discovered that home is not a place. It is a feeling you carry inside of yourself. And when you forget, you just need to close your eyes, take a breath, and remember. If this series has resonated with you and you are ready to find your own way home, come and find me. You can find me on Facebook and on Instagram. The links are below this video, or drop me an email. I've put all the details below, and I would absolutely love to hear from you.